Hi there, welcome back to a new chatty video. Ade just came into the office just a moment ago and said to me he had an idea for a video. So,
Yeah.
Ade, I'm handing it over
Oh,
to
thank you. We were thinking about doing a video, weren't we? But
I wanted to talk about our Disney plans.
maybe that'll be another one, another video we record.
Yeah.
But I've just shared something on Instagram that quite a lot of people are doing at the moment, and it's like people or asking people what for your top five. We've had quite a few responses or a few questions about our top fives of certain things, and so I thought we'd actually just do a real impromptu kind of chatty video about it, because some of them are Disney, some of them aren't. So we'll just maybe pick some and maybe just chat about them. We haven't discussed this, so we'll see what actually happens. And in true style, it is just live, not live, really, isn't it? So, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, so I'm going to get my phone because obviously there's some of the answers on there. Okay, so...
And you can play along as well. If you want to leave your top five of any of these, leave your comments
Yeah,
below. That'd be fun to see.
Top five Starbucks mugs.
What, that we own?
That we own. Yeah, well, not just general, because there's lots of them there that we've got. What's your favourite one to drink out of? If you had to go to the cupboard and say, that's the one I want to drink out of.
My Indiana one, because it
Your
reminds me
Indiana
of
one.
my dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say one of the 50th anniversary ones.
Okay.
I would say 4 of those would be the top 5, but we only got 2, didn't we? So,
do you know, as far as prettiness goes, I love the Disneyland Paris that our friend Alex bought us.
yes, that's a nice. What, the 30th one?
It's so pretty. I really love the colours on that one. And it gives me warm, fuzzy feelings because I loved Disneyland Paris 30th anniversary celebrations so much.
I have to say, as much as we do love our Starbucks We Are Here or the other versions and different series of mugs, I have to say that some of our favourites aren't necessarily the Starbucks ones.
I like the Starbucks for size. You get a good coffee in them.
But then we've got our our Clumpies
but that
one.
wasn't the question.
Oh, no, okay, it wasn't. I'm going off a tangent. So I'd say the 50th anniversary ones I love.
Okay.
I do love... I don't know, actually, really.
For me, when I choose a mug out of the cupboard in the morning, it's the feeling it gives me.
Oh, because the name on it.
Well,
I think
just whatever.
I think the road trip.
The memory that's attached to it.
I think actually the road trip ones mean a lot to me. So, for example, the Tennessee, the Georgia, the what other state? Well, the Indiana, the Kentucky.
It's the memories.
It's the memories.
And there's
certain
certain ones we would never use, just in case we don't go back. Aren't there?
Alabama's one.
We haven't got the Alabama mug.
I think we did.
Did I? I managed to buy it on eBay, I think, because we didn't go to a Starbucks.
So I guess we've kind of rambled around that one a little bit. So yours is Indiana.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I've actually got an actual favourite of mine.
We don't have an Illinois, or we need an Illinois. There's a few states we've been to that we don't have.
I think any of the road trip ones would be within the top 5. So I think the Georgia, the Tennessee, help me out here, which other ones have we done road trip wise? California, the San Francisco, also the North Carolina. Yeah, so...
Let us know if you collect the Starbucks We Are Here mugs as well. We've been there. What are they called now?
Well, they're different. They've called them different things over different.
We went there once, mugs.
They started. Were they We Are Here, and I think they've changed them over the time.
Went there.
This is going to be one more for you. Things to bake.
Okay. Right now, if I could bake anything, I would bake a blueberry and lemon cake. I like the almond.
Blueberry and lemon
with
cake.
Almonds. I've been wanting this week to make Welsh cakes, but I haven't got round to it. Never made them before, but my dad's staying at the moment, and he's partial to a Welsh cake. He also makes a very good Bakewell tart, and I was hoping to make that with him this week. I just don't know if we'll get round to it.
I have to say, those blueberry Dolly Parton muffins from the cake box that
they were good.
That Cliff and Glenn sent over, they were amazing.
Bread.
Sourdough bread.
I love my sourdough bread. I eat that practically every day.
I do love it when you do a bread pudding.
I was going to say bread pudding as well. That one I made last time, I did it in a vlog on my vlogging channel.
Oh, was that the orange one.
Orange and chocolate.
Orange and chocolate bread pudding.
Shall I make that? I'm going to take it over to my sister's tomorrow.
You could do, actually, yeah.
It was really good. It was, and I put marmalade in it as well.
Yeah, really gooey, wasn't it?
So really good, yeah.
I do love it when you make the tiffins as well. And it's not bacon as such, but when it's got everything that should be in it, with the cherries, the everything.
So bits and pieces.
Yeah. Anything else you particularly would?
Everything.
Everything. It's not just bacon; it's eaten as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Just love it all.
I think we've probably done more than 5 there.
What's your favourite thing to bake?
I really want to make something that my mum used to make, and it's a twist on millionaire shortbread. And rather than the caramel in the middle, it's a peppermint.
I knew you were going to say that.
And it's peppermint. It's not runny, it's not gooey, but it sets. So you've got the same base as a millionaire shortbread, same chocolate, but it's actually got a peppermint middle, and it is so tasty.
Toothpaste cake.
Toothpaste, not to brush your teeth. Yeah. That, if I was doing it, I'd probably do that.
I can't imagine that.
It is so nice.
I'm not one for minty things like that.
Well, I guess I love mint chocolate chip and mint chocolate chip mint ice cream is one of my favourites.
I don't get that. I'm fancying ginger cake now as well. I haven't made a sticky ginger cake for a while.
We haven't baked it, but to eat it, the Lee and Nick brought down
that reminds you of ginger cake.
Yes, it kind of made me think of the gooiness, but with the cheese on top. So
I'm really fancying some cake now.
What other questions we got here? We've got a few here. So, Guardians of the Galaxy ride tunes.
Ooh, good one.
So, what would let's start with our actual favourite.
Yeah. It was the very first one that we did.
Which has to be Disco Inferno, is it?
Yeah, and it reminds me of riding it with Louis that first time.
I think the first one really does hold a special place for us.
Do you think that's the case with everybody? I'd like to hear from you, because I know, like, when we were with Sarah Jane and Ben, my sister and her brother, her husband, I'm really tired today, they had Gloria Estefan, and that's our least favourite, but it was their first song on the ride. So I wonder sometimes if you form a bit of a connection with that very first song that you get the first time you ride.
Yeah, that would be interesting to know that, because for us it was the first time, and also because we didn't know what we were expecting. We didn't know anything about the ride.
So exciting.
And it was just, it was amazing. I think Blondie, One Way or Another.
I was going to say that.
And Tears for Fears. Everyone wants to rule the world. Now that was the last song. We have heard all of them. We've had all of them. Is there 6 or 7? Is it 6?
I can't remember.
But I was wondering how the Tears for Fears, everybody wants to rule the world.
Everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, how that would actually kind of go, because I just thought, does it really have enough to go in it? But it was really good. So I think those 3.
I'm not fussed with Gloria Estefan, and I'm not fussed with September. I like the song, but it just didn't work for me.
Everyone raves about September.
It's
okay. And what's the other one?
I can't remember.
No, nor can I. Maybe it'll come back to us.
Yeah,
but basically, if there's 6 songs, I would say Gloria Estefan. What was the Gloria Estefan song?
Don't know, but it's my least favourite.
So that would be the one we wouldn't have.
We'd knock off.
Yeah, exactly.
Conga,
that's it, yes. So a question here, which country or countries have you not visited but would love to?
Okay, go on.
Well, I guess for me, just trying to think really now, I guess a big one for me would probably be Japan, of somewhere I've not visited.
But that you want to go?
I think so, yeah. That would probably be there. Don't know of other countries, actually, that haven't been to but would like to. I haven't done... Just trying to think this one, because I've done Malaysia, but I haven't done Thailand. So, possibly parts of Thailand. What about you?
Italy.
Yep.
Really
I agree with that, actually.
Really want to go to the Greek islands.
I've done a Greek island.
You have? Did you have a boys' holiday?
It was actually a mixed holiday.
Was it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I'd really like to go to a Greek island. I would like to see lots more of Asia.
It does. Asia seems quite. I think more
There's
the.
lots of places.
I think more the countryside.
Yeah.
So I think Vietnam.
Yeah.
Parts of that, but
Just
more
the natural beauty.
But more than the natural beauty, sort of the side of it, rather than necessarily the towns and cities. Although they would be great to see, like we said with Thailand. You've been to Thailand before.
Yeah.
But I think more the parts which are out of the cities as such. So.
Yeah, there's lots of places that fascinate me. History-wise, I like that kind of thing, and food.
Does South America interest you?
No, it scares me a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. If I'm
Just
really
generally?
honest. Yeah. Yeah. I watched We're the Millers. No, I'm joking. No, that feels a little bit out of my comfort zone. But I want to go. I like the food. I love the whole culture thing of a lot of the countries. But yeah, I don't know.
What about Australia?
No, so far.
Yeah, so I think top 5 are places that we haven't. I mean, yeah, say Japan, I think Italy. What about Canada?
Yeah, I would like to go to Canada, but I don't feel like I have to go.
It's a must.
Yeah, but I would like to.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you haven't done Scandinavia, have you?
Been to Copenhagen.
Oh, okay.
For the afternoon.
The afternoon. The fjords in Norway, I've been, so...
Yeah, that's something I would really, really like to do. Really
that
like
is
to do that.
I think being there, I was actually just south of the Arctic Circle.
Is that when you worked there?
Yeah, and it was in the summer, so it was 24 hours of daylight, which was a real bizarre feeling anyway. But just the landscape, the countryside, the fjords, but also the quietness. I remember standing on sort of the edge of the water, and the water just slowly sort of lapping back and forward a little bit, but just the silence and just not hearing anything. I mean, it's so uninhabited, the areas, and the only thing you would hear was maybe a boat go past or things like that. And so that's really, really quite sort of beautiful, really.
Sounds
So,
very nice. Did it look like Arundel?
I'm trying to remember now. Probably did actually. Yeah, probably got some photos somewhere. So, but no, that was good.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that sounds lovely.
I think we've covered that. Okay, so here we go. Orlando pet peeves.
Ooh.
It's an interesting one.
The weather sometimes.
Yes,
And the bugs.
and the bugs.
Crowds.
Crowds, people. Kids on shoulders.
Yeah, that's a good one.
For shows.
Yeah, that is a good one. People just generally with headwear.
Yeah,
Hats. When
yeah,
you go into a show and somebody leaves their great big sun hat on.
Yeah.
Or their ears.
Yeah, people that don't think or aren't considerate. I think inconsiderate people.
People that put their
Oh, we're started now.
arms up on ride photos when there's people sat behind them. We're very conscious of that one, aren't we?
We had it once, I think it was on Test Track, and the person in front managed to have their hands up and I think blocked both your and our face with both of their hands. They couldn't have got it any better.
It's different when you've been multiple times
Yeah.
like us, but it's more if you've got a family that have just queued for ages and that's their one time on that ride and you've just blocked their photo, I would feel really sad for them. So, yeah. It's just, people that don't have consideration for others.
Yeah, I think that's probably good. Is there anything else?
And I don't think it's purposely done. You're wrapped up in a moment. You're excited. So I don't think people are awful. I just think
They're
it's easy
excited.
to
They
forget.
just think
And
that
I guess because we've been multiple times, you're very aware.
we're
of
aware of things
situations.
like that, aren't we? So,
yeah.
anything else that you?
Yeah, I think that's it.
The price.
Can be sometimes. That's very true.
I think, for example, for us, Mickey's Not So Scary is a perfect example. That does kind of frustrate us a little bit. They know that people will pay for that.
And I think it comes back to us when we first went and we paid $35 each.
Yeah, and
I'm sure there's people that have been way before that.
And it was even less.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, but then I think that's just a general thing. Probably most people will probably agree with. But yeah, I think that probably inconsiderate people. Weather can be, but you kind of know that, don't you, beforehand? So, is there anything else you can think of?
Bugs, I always get bitten really badly. Don't I?
Just trying to think if there's anything else that really. I guess not really, because we enjoy going there, don't we? Otherwise, we wouldn't go back.
That's very true.
So, let's have a look here. Ways to spend a Sunday.
Ooh. Is this...
Working, probably.
Yeah.
No, okay, a perfect Sunday.
I'd love to have, and we never do this, a quiet Sunday. It's really relaxing. We always say we're going to have a quiet one. We always end up working.
Do.
Just watch a movie, make some nice food.
Takes about 5 hours watching a movie.
Sorry, because it's so stop-starty.
There's always something. I'd actually say maybe a nice Sunday roast, whether it be with friends, maybe a nice walk, just relaxing time. I think proper wind down time.
Yeah.
What else would you do on a Sunday?
That'd
be it. So would that be all top 5 would be that?
Maybe a little bit of crafting.
Bit of crafting. I think watching a movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think going out somewhere would be quite nice.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, so sort of out for breakfast. That could be another nice one to do on Sunday. Not a Sunday roast as well, because that would just be too much then, wouldn't it?
It would.
So
be one or the other. A walk. I love a long walk.
Yeah, nice long walk to a pub to have a
to have a
Sunday dinner.
Yeah, that sounds a really nice Sunday lunch.
And then wander back, and then just.
That sounds nice.
That does actually, doesn't it?
What about you guys? What's your favourite thing to do on a Sunday? We don't lie in. We still, even on the weekends, still sort of just naturally wake up about 6ish, don't we?
I'd actually say that is one of the things I do love, is the fact of actually getting up early. Although we don't need to, because we are naturally awake, I do actually find that, especially if the weather's nice, we go for a nice walk.
We like to be out at the door by 7 in the morning, really, don't we? A bit strange like that.
What have we got here? We have got one here. Disney magical moments.
Top 5 that we've experienced.
I think for me, magical moments would be becoming DVC.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I think that's just encapsulated and changed our whole way we do our Disney holidays now. We've had quite a lot of questions actually about DVC. I posted a reel a couple of weeks ago about it, and there's people saying about it's something they'd love to do. And by all means, any questions, always happy to answer. But it was something we didn't plan for, but we did it on a trip. But it has really changed. We don't just stay on site, we stay off site, but it's made our trips so much more, I don't know, how would you describe it? Easier. Places we're staying at where we wouldn't actually stay at sort of before. So I think that's one magical moment, and that's a massive magical moment.
Then I will add to that the very first DVC stay we had with the kids, a whole week in Bay Lake in 2019, and that obviously was the last time that we were all there, the 4 of us
Yes,
together.
it was, yeah.
So that's extra special to me.
I think seeing Happily Ever After, not this last trip, but one of the trips I think actually Happily Ever After, when we'd just become DVC members.
From the Top of the World.
From Top of the World. And so that was, I think, really quite magical.
Walking in with my mum.
Oh, yes.
That was really special.
We'd have to share that.
Yeah, really. That whole trip actually was really special.
I think also probably one of our magical moments, our first ever trip. Of actually going there.
That's all a bit of a blur though, that
we
one.
can't remember it, but you think, for me, it's the thought, it is magical because it's where, for us, everything started. So
I don't really have many memories of that.
I don't either. I can't even remember.
Strange.
I can't really even remember anything we really did in the parks either.
No.
I wouldn't even be able to say, oh yeah, we did this ride or we saw this parade.
No.
I remember some bits, like meeting some of the characters.
Yeah.
I remember meeting, it was Safari, Mickey and Minnie.
Oh, okay.
I also remember meeting Winnie the Pooh
with the kids.
Okay, and I also remember Sorcerer Mickey. Was that the first trip?
Yeah, it was the last day of our trip.
Was it Hollywood Studios?
Yeah, because we used to go there before we got to the went and checked out.
And we walked just past the doorway and we saw him in there. No one was in there, so we just went in.
Then actually, I do remember. It was Power Rangers. Louis was 5.
Oh, yes.
I'm so into Power Rangers, and I do remember that parade thing because they all came out. Do you remember? And he was so excited
because he didn't know,
and he met the Green Power Ranger. That's really sweet. And I was also going to say, actually, the time when we were dressed up for Mickey's Not So Scary, and Holly was dressed as Alice, and we were at the Cheshire Cat treats there. And she went up to the counter just to get a drink, and they gave her a free cupcake, didn't they? That was really sweet. It's those little things, isn't it?
Yeah, there are. And there's been other kind of little bits of magic as well, haven't there? That are nice. The nice touches. It's like I remember when we stayed at All Stars, was it All Stars movies?
Yeah, I was thinking that then as well.
And we got the.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Am I boring you?
No, I'm shattered.
Your family won you out. Yes, that was nice. We got, should we say, magical moment of our quick serves being paid for, didn't we? So that was,
to us.
yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of magic.
Which kind of actually leads us on to a couple of things, really. We've got another couple of Disney questions here, but I'm going to go to one which is road trips.
Okay.
So, I'm going to ask you actually first. Was your favourite road trip that we have done? I know this isn't just favourites; it's top 5. So we'll get to some of the others as well. But what's your favourite?
I'm just thinking, I loved our first road trip with the kids.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The 2016, the New York, ending up at my dad's.
Okay, we don't have to think of favourite because this is top 5.
Okay.
So let's just.
But I'm just
the best bits of all of them.
But I'm just wondering, I loved the one where Dad met us in Chattanooga.
Yep, I was going to
really
say, overall, I think that one for me, the Chattanooga one, where we flew to Atlanta and then drove to Chattanooga, a few days there with your dad, and we visited. Was it 10 states on that trip?
Yeah.
That
was the one in 2016.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, I think the 2016 is my favourite. Starting in New York.
We didn't do Alabama on that trip.
No, we didn't. 2016. We started in New York.
Yeah. Washington,
and then we drove through Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky,
and Indiana.
To Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that was our 10-state trip.
Oh, that was our 10-state one.
Yeah,
Yes.
And then, staying with Dad for a week.
You're right. Yeah, 10-state.
I think that one was my favourite.
Yeah, I loved the Chattanooga one because when Chattanooga, where did we stay after that? Was it Savannah? Straight after Chattanooga. Couple of nights in Chattanooga, then it was down to Florida, wasn't it?
It was the Florida bit that let me down that trip, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had really bad weather. Do you remember? I think we had 18 nights. But I just remember it was July.
Ah, and it's the afternoon, wasn't it? The typical.
Really, but it just didn't clear. And I just remember just feeling quite dark that trip.
Yeah,
we stayed at the Grove, didn't we?
Because quite typically the weather in Orlando, those who have visited, it's when it does rain. It tends to rain 20 minutes, half an hour, and it clears. This just was. It was almost like UK where it was just miserable.
I just got really unlucky that trip, and I just remember thinking, I really miss seeing the gates, the arches, the Disney arches when you drive through. I miss seeing the blue skies, but it's like we couldn't use the pools in the afternoon because everything was closed. We just really got unlucky that trip, didn't we, with the weather?
I think California road trip was good.
It was a very good one.
I think, but still, I think the Tennessee one, Chattanooga, etc., probably my favourite. But California is great. Pacific Coast Highway down to LA. Okay. So, but trying to think which other ones. The one we did most recently was quite good. Loved that one where we flew into Atlanta. It was nice to spend some time in Atlanta, and then, but that was more a bit like a mini road trip, wasn't it? It wasn't like a proper road trip.
Yeah.
I think with our road trips, we always like to maybe try and end at Disney somewhere if we can. It's always nice to end at Disney as well, isn't it? I think so. It almost finishes the trip off. So
I agree.
So that's that one. I think there was another question here about Disney, and it was Disney snacks.
Okay.
Top 5 snacks. I've said favourite quite a few times, but what top 5 snacks?
I'm going to let you go because I know what you're going to say.
My first one has to be jalapeno poppers. That has to be.
Why do you love them so much?
I don't know. It's just they're so just nice. They've got a nice bit of spice. I think it's cheese as well. Just the melted cheese, the crispiness on the outside, the dip that you get with it.
We found some in Lidl the other day, actually.
They weren't bad, actually.
Yeah, and you get a little spicy dip to go with them.
Yeah, but that was really nice. And even if it's 30 degrees in the Florida heat and they're eating these hot jalapeno peppers, they're just, or poppers, for me, that's really tasty.
If you like them, have a look in Lidl. They're in the freezer section and they were £1.69. They were good, weren't they?
They're pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, we did them in the air fryer, didn't we? They were really good.
Favourite snacks?
Ooh.
Not favourite, top 5.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. I do like the chocolate banana.
Oh, yes.
I really do like that. I do like the jalapeno poppers. I'm going to steal those off you as well.
Yeah, the frozen banana, that's such a refreshing snack, isn't it? But it feels like a nice treat, but it's really cool. A bit different from nice cream, so it doesn't melt all over you as well.
Yeah, exactly.
What about Dole Whips?
No, do you reckon?
Take or leave Dole Whips?
I used to love them, but I'm not as fussed these days. I would actually choose, this is so boring, I would choose a Coke float now over a Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. I love a Coke float as well. Would you... Do you remember when there was the writer's stop? Was it the writer's stop?
Cookie.
The carrot cake cookie.
Yeah.
That was always a nice snack.
I would choose the cinnamon bun from Gaston's Tavern over that.
Yes, yeah.
I love this.
Oh,
and
the cinnamon bun.
The way to think, if it's your favourite, if you were to go over and for some reason you couldn't have that snack that trip, would you be really disappointed?
And Poppers, I definitely would be disappointed.
Okay, and Gaston's cinnamon bun.
Yeah.
I would be disappointed. I'm so hungry. What is the time? I haven't eaten yet today. It's 10 to 4. No wonder my tummy's rumbling.
We've had lunch.
And we're talking about food.
I'm just trying to... Do you know, my mind has gone blank in regard to snacks. I know there's probably absolutely loads of snacks, and you're probably going to be...
The Joffrey's donut, the pink donut.
Oh, no. Pink donut, yes, but you've just got me thinking apple fritter.
Now, right now, I'm fancying a Joffrey's pink donut.
Okay, so the apple fritter, the Joffrey's apple fritter is nice. And also the... Oh, now I've got to be careful, they don't call it a cronut because that's actually... It must be a trademarked name, but I think Joffrey's the croissant donut.
Yeah.
The square one, and it's got just a bit like a yum yum icing on top. Those no yum yums. So that is so tasty. So I think definitely those. What other snacks? I'm just trying to think what we've enjoyed in. Oh, I tell you what is quite nice in Epcot are the spring rolls.
Yes. Oh, I can fancy those right now.
Are they sort of between...
Just in China.
In China, but they're in one of the kiosks where they do some cocktails there as well. I think next to the tea place.
Yeah.
So the spring rolls they are just...
Fancy a spring roll now as well, thank you.
See, this was Disney snacks. I'm just trying to think what other Disney snacks. Would you class the wings that we had as a Disney snack?
Which
Do you know,
wings?
in Epcot? When we were there with Kelly and Dan.
Well, they were in part of the Food and Wine Festival.
They were, but would you class it as a snack?
I guess a wing is a snack, isn't it? And I would choose wings any time.
They were tasty.
They were really good.
You loved your...
Poutine. That's the snack we're not as fussed with.
Oh, no.
We've had it in Canada and it was a bit salty for us, wasn't it?
Yeah. You loved your tomato soup and half-grilled cheese sandwich as well.
I'd call that a lunch.
You call that a lunch, which is not a snack.
But the other argument is if you can buy something with a snack credit, then does that qualify as a snack? And usually with anything at the Food and Wine Festival, it's a snack credit.
Very true. I do like your very, what do you call it? Not typical, but the Mickey marshmallow Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
I do enjoy those, and even just the plain ones. There's just something about them. Again,
Very
whether it's just the nostalgia of,
Yeah,
I think probably our first trip, but even when we did Disney, when we had the dining plan in 2017, we had credits left over, and it was perfect to bring back as gift, wasn't it? But no, I love those.
Let us know what your favourite Disney snacks
There's
are.
probably after finishing this video, we'll think, oh yeah, there's that. We had this and that. But no, I think we've covered our favourites there. We
need to start making our list of the things that we want. Oh, I've thought of another one. The one in France. What's it called? The brioche with the ice cream inside and it's toasted.
Oh, yes.
I don't know what they're called, but they are amazing.
That is so tasty.
We haven't had one for quite a while,
actually.
No,
didn't actually. It was June.
2022 was
our
last
one. June 2022? Yeah,
I think we're due one.
Because Danny was there, wasn't he? And he wanted one and ordered something different.
He ordered something in a cone. Yeah, completely different. We had one with Lou.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah, it was really good.
I think we've got a couple more questions that I can see anyway. One here is our favourite top 5. I keep saying favourite, I don't know why, but I guess they are our favourites, aren't they?
Yeah.
Top 5 service stations. Someone obviously must watch our videos.
Richard, was it?
No, this was George who asked this.
Okay.
So Those who do watch our videos and know us, we do love a service station. I'd actually say our favourite has to be Gloucester Services.
Yeah, I think everyone would choose Gloucester.
Gloucester Services.
The worst one, I think, is it Newton Pagnell or whatever it's called?
Newton Pagnell, yeah, that's a little bit.
That was scary, that one.
It was actually.
Oh, and Fleet Services, but on the other side.
But the other side is nice because it's more foresty.
It's nicer outside.
It's nicer outside, but the inside, it's better than it was because they've redone that side as well.
But I prefer the other side.
Yeah, so I think top 5.
The side with Pizza Express, all the batteries going to go.
I can't believe we're actually going to talk about top 5 services.
We love Fleet Services so much we thought about doing an overnight or spending 24 hours there, Johns. We didn't.
Just change the battery.
Yeah, go on then. Sorry.
We're going to do an overnight stay or 24 hours in
Fleet.
Inspired by Cara and Nate, wasn't it? Because they did 24 hours in Bucky's.
Yeah, because we can walk. We used to be able to walk to Fleet Services, didn't we?
Yeah, that was actually lockdown saviour, wasn't it?
It was.
So that was something we went to quite a few times. So I think on our list would be Gloucester Services. I think Fleet Services.
Yeah.
I have to say also the services on the way to Disneyland Paris. There's not really too much there, and I can't remember the name of them, but they're about halfway from where the tunnel is to get into Disneyland Paris. But they're just
I like them
they're just nice. There's a nice sort of choice.
Clean.
It's a nice stop. There's the Paul's Bakery. There's McDonald's. There's a shop. Typical, but it's just it's a nice stop.
Nice and light and airy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
and I would say the rest stop in Kentucky. As you go from Virginia into Tennessee, and there was a really good rest stop, and it had Dolly Parton cutouts. And there was a rocking chair and a fireplace, and that one was really nice.
I also have to say, when we drove into Florida,
that was a good one.
There, and they had fresh grapefruit juice, orange juice, free, and just it's just a real nice.
It was a good one, actually.
Yeah, so
I
that
agree
was
with
good.
you. It's
Can't believe
busy,
we're actually doing our top 5 service stations. So yeah. Just trying to think of any others actually. I'm sure there are some we have stopped at.
They're grotty in this country generally, aren't they?
Which was the one we stopped at and we actually had a hot McDonald's?
That was the one just over the Severn Bridge.
Yes.
In Wales.
So that has to get a real shout out. Not that we have McDonald's a lot, but sometimes just having a cheeky cheeseburger can be just does the job. But McDonald's is such a letdown now because it just seems cold all the time, and even when you take something back, it still comes back and it's not warm. This was the first McDonald's we've had that was the chips in this country. That the chips were so nice and hot, the burger's nice and hot. You can actually enjoy it, couldn't you?
Good.
Yes, that gets a thumbs up as well. And the last question is our top 5 Walt Disney World resorts.
Ooh.
So, straight off the top of your head, some ideas and reasons why?
It's got to be Copper Creek, Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah?
It's our home resort.
I guess, yes, that is, it would be. I think also the great thing with Copper Creek is the fact it's got a wonderful location. It's just the whole feeling there, isn't it? It's such a cosy
It's really special.
resort, very special. Lots of ways.
My sister didn't go there when we went with her, so we
Did
had
she?
to take her with us.
I think it's just got a huge amount of ticks for it. I think for us it's very special. I think the food choices there. One thing I do like about Copper Creek or Wilderness Lodge is Geyser Point. It is classed as a quick serve, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's a sit down like bar area, but it's the only bar that I can think of where you can sit and get food. I know there's the Tiki Terrace and you can get food there.
It's very limited.
But it's just not quite the same. But Geyser Point, where you can sit, you're outside.
Full service bar.
Yeah, full service bar. The choice, I mean, the food's nice. We had a charcuterie board last time and wings. I've had burger there before. It's always been good. But you can sit and look out over Bay Lake and like in the evening see the electrical parade go past. But it's the only resort I can think of that has a bar like that.
Outside,
and it's nice. In Florida, it's just a lovely thing to do. You can just go for a drink when you're staying there. I think a lot of the other places, I mean, I'm thinking of Old Key West, think of is it Gurgling Suitcase? Tiny, but then, there's some tables there, but it just doesn't have that same feeling, so that's a lovely one.
It's too small, that place.
And also with the location of Copper Creek, it's been able to get the boat over to Magic Kingdom. I would also say one of my favourites is Bay Lake.
I agree with you.
That one's for Dan, I think. So
they need to stay.
They need to stay there, yeah.
Riviera has my heart big time.
Oh yeah, Riviera again. It's just again
I love it.
The whole location, the whole feel, the whole theme, just everything about it. So quick serve is, I think, one of the best quick serves there. Their pizza, their burgers, there's nothing. Their croque monsieur was nice, wasn't it? Yeah. And we still haven't tried the pastries in the cafe.
We'll do that next time.
Exactly, yes. So we went there thinking, right, we'll do those, and they were there in the morning. We went back later, but they changed them during the day. So they have like ones in the afternoon and then ones that were in the morning. So we'll have to remember the next time. So that's 3 resorts. I have to say, I do love Old Key West.
That's one of my special ones as well, but staying preferred.
Staying preferred, so basically you're near to where the, what they call it, the lobby area and things like that, because it is quite a large resort, isn't it?
The thing that for me that lets it down with Old Key West is the fact of not having a decent quick serve.
Yeah.
And not having a large enough bar. Because like the time when we were there with our friends, it was really, really bitterly cold, and there's about 4 tables inside in the bar, and they wouldn't even let us sit in the restaurant area even though it was empty.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let us take our drinks in the area there because there's like a patio area that's covered. They wouldn't let us, would they?
But I think for Old Key West, you've got the boat there, so you can get to Disney Springs quite easily. It also seems as well, for a large resort, we found when we were there, and we stayed a couple of times, getting the bus to the parks.
The buses have always been quick.
And again, it could be just we were lucky, but in our experience, the buses there were really good. Considering the size, it does feel like, that's the thing. It feels like holiday. The pool's nice.
Boardwalk goes down as one of my favourites.
Yeah, Boardwalk again.
I would now choose. I always used to love Beach Club, but I would actually, having stayed at Boardwalk, I would choose to stay at Boardwalk over Beach Club and just visit Beach Club.
And I think one of the reasons for that is that Beach Club, the DVC part is separate, and you actually kind of have to, not that it's the fact of having to walk somewhere, but it is a bit away from the main.
But also Beach Club gets so busy.
It does.
Really, really busy. So if it's your resort and you're needing to do something or speak to somebody, it feels really busy.
Yeah.
Whereas because you've got like a lot going on there, whereas Boardwalk, there's no actual restaurants inside Boardwalk lobby. Nobody. It always just seems quite empty. So it's quite nice.
We do like Boardwalk as well, with actually having the Boardwalk as well. And it's when you're staying, it's the fact of the resort itself, the choices for example, drinks and food, because they're out on the Boardwalk.
Yeah.
But also you are walking distance Hollywood Studios and Epcot, which is great. Same with Beach Club. But yeah, Boardwalk would be a good contender.
Yes.
Of ones where we haven't stayed, we do love going to Grand Floridian, don't we? The actual whole field there. I think we would like to stay there.
Yeah, we
sometime, won't we? Maybe next year.
Maybe.
We'll see. But that's there. Any other resorts you can think of? What about resorts that you are not fussed about? Oh, actually,
that's not part of the top 5.
Okay, right.
That's part of the bottom 5. That's another video.
That's another video. Well, at least 5. Well, bottom 5.
I like all of them. I think they've all got something special.
I have to say as well that we stayed at All Star Movies, and that has to be one of, I think, our best stays on site as well.
I really enjoyed that.
It was so nice. I would actually choose that over staying at some of the deluxe locations. I'd choose that over Animal Kingdom. I'm probably going to be controversial saying that, and I probably think
it's just because Animal Kingdom's a bit out of the way, isn't it?
Yeah, or Kidani as well.
Yeah.
So, and also I'd probably choose to stay there over Polynesian. Now, we love visiting Polynesian, don't get me wrong, we love going there.
We're not doing bottom 5.
I know, I'm just saying, but All-Star Movies, we absolutely love staying there.
I really did.
It's just a whole, again, it's that real mix of everything. Oh, one other.
And we also made really happy memories there. So I think that's the thing, when you've stayed somewhere, we haven't stayed at the Poly. So apart from having nice meals and nice evenings, we haven't made those special memories. Whereas for us, we think of all-star movies and we just think we had the best day.
We were there for 24 hours, weren't we?
This is what I mean. So you think of a thing and you think of those memories you made.
Yes.
Whereas we don't have that connection.
There isn't that association with that yet.
So I think often that's what happens. Whereas if we were to stay at the Poly, we would have the most amazing time. Yeah. We would think of it and get those warm, fuzzy feelings.
Yes. No, you're right. You're right.
So I think that's often the way.
One other to add to the list is Coronado Springs.
Yeah.
Haven't stayed there, but we loved it. And also the bar stayed until 12. For those that aren't familiar with Disney bars, quite a lot of them close at 10. So, but no, Coronado Springs is such a lovely resort.
Nice and open, isn't it?
Nice and open, nice and peaceful. Yeah. Well, when we were there, it was.
That's very true.
So, but no, I think that covers that. So, we kind of touched on Bay Lake, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We love Bay Lake.
Yeah, so I think we have to say probably Copper Creek is our favourite of our top 5. Does hold a lot of special memories for us.
Again, it's all to do with the memories.
Yeah, well, and it is a stunning resort.
It's a beautiful resort.
It is a beautiful resort, and I think that's one thing with Bay Lake. Love it, mainly for its location, but you think Bay Lake doesn't really actually have anything there.
And that's why I like it, because it's quiet.
Exactly, yeah.
Right, should we get some dinner?
Yes, so we're going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for this. Thank you for watching. If you've made it to the end of this, well done. But if you've got any of your top 5 of anything, or even other top 5s of anything,
that's
I say this was just literally from something we just posted and shared earlier on.
And it's all just meant to be a bit of fun, isn't
it? Exactly.
It's not serious chat.
Yeah, we'd love to hear though what your top 5 of certain things are. Thank you for watching. If you don't, please subscribe. And we will see you all next time.
I'm sorry I was so tired. We've got family staying at the moment and it's lovely but shattering, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Early nights tonight, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.